Did you know that Kierkegaard, often considered the father of existentialism, believed that facing our anxieties head on is the key to finding true peace in life? Søren Kierkegaard was a Danish philosopher who lived in the 19th century, but his insights on anxiety and existence are still incredibly relevant today. In fact, his ideas are more important than ever, given the fast paced and often overwhelming world we live in. Kierkegaard's philosophy emphasizes the importance of individual subjective experience and the search for personal truth, which can be incredibly empowering when it comes to dealing with anxiety. One of the things that sets Kierkegaard apart from other philosophers is his willingness to tackle the messy, uncomfortable aspects of human existence. He didn't shy away from exploring the darker corners of the human experience, and that's what makes his work so relatable and helpful. By exploring his ideas, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us and find new ways to cope with anxiety. Kierkegaard's ideas may have been written over a century ago, but they still offer a fresh perspective on anxiety and how to overcome it. His writing is like a breath of fresh air, cutting through the noise and offering a clear, honest look at the human condition. By applying his insights to our modern lives, we can find new ways to find peace and live more authentically. Anxiety is something that affects all of us at some point or another, whether it's a nagging feeling of uncertainty or a full-blown panic attack. It's a pervasive part of modern life, and it can be incredibly debilitating. But what exactly is anxiety, and why does it seem to be such a constant companion in our lives? To answer that question, let's take a closer look at the ways in which anxiety manifests in our daily lives. From the constant ping of notifications on our phones to the pressure to constantly perform and produce, modern life is designed to keep us on edge. And it's not just the big things that can trigger anxiety, it's the little things too, like a difficult conversation with a friend or a looming deadline at work. Anxiety can be triggered by anything, and it can come on quickly, often when we least expect it. One of the most insidious things about anxiety is the way it can seep into every aspect of our lives, making it difficult to distinguish between what's real and what's just our imagination. It's like having a constant companion, always lurking just beneath the surface, waiting to pounce. And because it's so pervasive, it can be hard to know where to start when it comes to tackling it. But anxiety isn't just a personal problem. It's also a societal one. The way we live our lives, prioritizing productivity and efficiency above all else, can actually contribute to anxiety. We're constantly being told to do more, be more, and achieve more, without ever stopping to ask ourselves what it's all for. And that can lead to a sense of emptiness and disconnection, which can fuel anxiety even further. Anxiety can also have a profound impact on our mental health and well-being. It can lead to feelings of depression, low self-esteem, and even physical symptoms like headaches and digestive problems. And because it's so pervasive, it can be hard to know where to turn for help. Do we talk to a therapist, try meditation, or just try to push through it on our own? The options can be overwhelming, which can just add to the anxiety. But despite all of this, there is hope. By understanding the root causes of anxiety and how it affects us, we can start to find ways to overcome it. And that's where Kierkegaard's philosophy comes in. By delving into his ideas about anxiety, despair, and freedom, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. At its core, Kierkegaard's philosophy is all about embracing the uncertainty and imperfection of life. He believed that we're all individuals, unique and alone in our experiences, and that it's only by acknowledging and accepting that uncertainty that we can truly find peace. It's a radical idea, especially in today's world, where we're constantly being told that we need to be more certain, more confident, and more in control. But Kierkegaard doesn't shy away from the complexity of human existence. He knows that life is messy and unpredictable, and that we're all just stumbling through it as best we can. And it's that acknowledgement that can be so liberating. By embracing our uncertainty and vulnerability, we can start to let go of the need for control and perfection, and find a sense of freedom and peace that we never thought possible. One of the key insights from Kierkegaard's philosophy is that anxiety is not something to be feared or avoided. Instead, it's an opportunity for growth and transformation. By embracing our anxiety, rather than trying to suppress it or distract ourselves from it, we can start to see it as a catalyst for change. It's a radically different approach, one that encourages us to lean into our discomfort and uncertainty rather than trying to push it away. This idea can be incredibly empowering, especially for those of us who have struggled with anxiety for years. It means that we're not alone and that our anxiety is not something to be ashamed of. Instead, it's a natural part of the human experience and something that can be worked with and transformed. By embracing our anxiety, we can start to see it as a part of our lives rather than something that's separate from us. It's a subtle but important distinction and one that can make all the difference. When we see our anxiety as a part of us, rather than something that's happening to us, we can start to take control of it rather than letting it control us. This approach can be incredibly freeing, especially for those of us who have felt trapped by anxiety for years. It means that we're not powerless and that we do have the ability to change. And that's an incredibly empowering feeling. So, what does it mean to embrace our anxiety exactly? It means being willing to face it head on, rather than trying to avoid it or distract ourselves from it. It means being willing to sit with our discomfort and uncertainty rather than trying to push it away. And it means being willing to see our anxiety as an opportunity for growth rather than a threat to our well-being. By doing so, we can start to find a sense of peace and freedom that we never thought possible. We can start to see that our anxiety is not something to be feared or avoided, but rather something to be worked with and transformed. And that's an incredibly powerful realization. In conclusion, Kierkegaard's philosophy offers us a fresh perspective on anxiety and how to overcome it. By embracing our uncertainty and vulnerability, we can find a sense of freedom and peace that we never thought possible. And by seeing our anxiety as an opportunity for growth rather than a threat to our well-being, we can start to live more authentically and find a deeper sense of meaning and purpose. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video has given you some new insights into Kierkegaard's philosophy and how it can help with anxiety. If you've struggled with anxiety, I'd love to hear about your experiences in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more about philosophical approaches to mental health, be sure to check out our next video.